Greetings. It's amazing how there's never these days a plan to make a video, and they just happen, and today is one of those days. So quick update following on from my last video. At present, well, I've done that 12-dimensional protection meditation over and over, and it's just outside the visual perception. It's more feel than see. It's like a shower curtain. It's like a veil of protection, and at the moment, fine. So far so good. The other 50%, which I can't take responsibility for, is the outward manifestation, shall we say, of the frustration with the way things have happened this year, and so many people have been told they can't, so they do as they're told, and in their mind they can't, and they create their own walls from that belief in what they're told. But there's no point even trying to penetrate that barrier. It's a waste of time. So, to the point of this video, this was a bit of a curveball thrown at me. I sat here earlier today and I had that feeling, that sensation of like a panic attack coming on. It's almost, well, it's like butterflies in the stomach. It's a tremor all over. There's a feeling of like clamminess. You feel aware of the pores in your skin. There's almost like energy, electricity, a static feeling in the air. Now, when I've had this before, it's come with that feeling of something's got hold of my heart and wrung it like a dishcloth and got all the moisture out of it, and that has always come about 24 to 48 hours before something like a major earthquake, California fires. This time the feeling is all over, but it's more centered here. It could well be just this conjunction, and knowing how in this reality everything is designed so people take things personally. If you suffer from anxiety or depression, panic attacks, you feel it's just you. You feel very isolated, very alone, very small. Exactly what the system is trying to make you feel anyway. So we flip the script. We use the law of mirrors here. Well, what does the external reality always do? You've got the scenario of laying down on the couch and you're talking to the psychiatrist, the one psychiatrist that you see. Well, it's pretty much following the same script. The one is all one. So I thought, from previous experience, from the feelings I'm getting with this, I've sat with this, the anxious feeling, and even a contemplation of I want to go and jump off a bridge at one point. And I thought, imagine you're in a lift and you're 72nd to 73rd floor. It suddenly stops halfway between the floors. There's 12 people in this lift. You're going to have a panicker in there. You're going to have somebody who's calm, and you're going to have a natural leader. You're going to have somebody with ideas. You're going to have in the second Alien film, you're going to have your Private Hudson, the last person you want in a crisis situation, the one that says, we ain't going to even last 37 seconds, never mind 37 minutes, we're all doomed. He's like thanks, you've just lowered the energy vibration down. Never mind the lift falling, the cable snapping, which obviously would be a thought. Somebody will have that thought as well. You know how it is. Anyway, we've digressed. So I thought, well, knowing when I've had these sort of feelings in all those manifestations, all those sensations, and when two of my most popular or most viewed videos are on the night sweats and the ringing in the ears, and I thought, well, social media, you mention it and everybody comes out of the woodwork. So I thought, well, if I'm feeling this, and I know from past experience that it isn't just me feeling it, it's something external. Could just be that conjunction. I think I saw or read something the other day about a solar eclipse on the 14th, which is today. I've messaged and spoke to friends. They're all feeling it. 4 or 5 people now I've spoke to so far. So it isn't just me feeling it. And I'm sure you may even be saying, oh, I'm not going to swear. Yeah, that's why I've been feeling like this today. So what I'm going to say is, the way I could have sat here in a chair and there's a sitting with it, but that wasn't actually making me feel any good. I wasn't feeling in the right state to meditate. So I got busy and just blitzed the kitchen, washed up and cleaned, wiped the cooker down, bleached the floor. Just kept myself physically occupied to try and deal with this. And then I started thinking, if I'm feeling it, other people are going to feel it. Let's try and make sense of it, give you a perception on it, so hopefully you can see it and it won't feel so intense. Because keep talking about December the 21st, we're not quite there yet. So yeah, of course it's going to feel bad. This is a test. If thought creates reality, how many of you out there in the spiritual community and the truth-seeking community are aware of a reset, or whatever you want to call it, and have said, I just want this over and done with? Well, collectively, you've been played. We've all been played. This is what we've got. So we only have ourselves to blame for, we have brought this on ourselves, as we always do. Because we all mess up. This caught me off guard today, it really did. I felt I want to cry. All I know is it's not something, I've looked inside myself and it's not something in me. It's not present circumstances. But there's a collective consciousness, and look what else you've got going on at the moment. If you're in that perspective of just believing what you're seeing on the television, and you've now got 2 opposite schools of thought, 2 oppositions. It's chaos. You've got keep apart. The narrative of if you hug your grandparents, you could kill them, and so on and so on. Now, of course, you've got the programming of it's Christmas, family get-togethers. See the conflict there. Well, no wonder you're feeling something. No, I mean, it could be the conjunction, it could be the collective energy. You're at a level in your awakening where you're not quite tuned into a radio frequency, but you're aware of a frequency and you're feeling it and you're getting a distorted, and you're picking up on it. It's tingly. So I'm thinking, how can I deal with this? And what I visualised, if you've seen Breaking Bad on Netflix, the second sort of state-of-the-art laboratory on the industrial estate, chemistry lab, you've got the glass ball with a bubbling liquid, and then it's going into 3 other sort of glass ball things. You get the picture, and you're like the classic mad scientist chemistry lab, or the school chemistry lab with the glass tubes and things everywhere. So I'm seeing this as like, well, when these glass tubes are the chemicals in this physical body, and this is what I'm feeling. So there's maybe one of these, the first glass ball has got too much serotonin, there's an imbalance of adrenaline, and then the third one, I don't know, whatever the terms are. But so I'm visualizing bringing those back to a level. And then I'm visualizing myself as that castle, I think it's Monte Cristo, on the rock. And it's like, well, all these energy waves, these thought currents, just like the oceans, because it's the salts, the crystal, the structure and the magnetics that makes all that move. Well, we'll let not exactly go with the flow, because I don't want to go with that flow. I'm going to be that rock, I'm going to be that castle. So it's like, I'll catch you if you come drifting this way. And that's the purpose of this video. It's like, give you something to hang on to, because at the end of the day, I am going with the Neville Goddard way of seeing things, that perception, with the Joe Dispenza, which gives you the quantum science, the if you want the evidence of it, because that's another thing. You talk to just anybody about how you're feeling. If you're feeling like this, if they've got that blinkered mindset, it's going to be some winter bug going around. That's why you're feeling under the weather. They make sense of it in there, between those blinkers. They won't. If you try and explain it, they just make you feel worse. You'll be, that's all mythology. You're in the land of the fairies. Your head's in the clouds, whatever. You're not quite the ticket. What planet are you from? All that. We won't even go there with this. So, if anything, look, I'm sure you've got people on Messenger or whatever communication method, different platforms, WhatsApp, and just somebody you've had a conversation with that's on the same sort of level spiritually. Talk to them. Say, look, this is how I'm feeling. Are you feeling this as well? Probably chances are they're going to say, yeah, I've been really feeling it today. I'm not. And I think pretty much you'll all share this same feeling. So we've got to change it. I mean, if this collective thought and energy can create, well, I don't want to be part of that, and I certainly don't want to be adding to it. I want to be the opposition to that, because this world of duality needs the opposition. So let's be that rock, and let's change the balance of this. So visualize within yourself. Now, I'm also going to say, do that 12-dimension protection meditation, and then do the first Joe Dispenza water meditation. And now, when you're in that water, just I was thinking visually, it's quite amusing. It's like I see myself as a puffer fish, and I shall just go, Poof! It's like away with your negative energy. And if you think about it, it's quite amusing. The puffer fish, I'm pretty sure they got the spikes, so they resemble a corona. So we're sort of flipping that as well. So how do you feel now? Better? I hope so, because there's a sort of amusing irony to all of that. But something else that's occurred to me, well, if this is all magnetic and you've got this constellation conjunction thing going on, and the magnetics affect metals, well, what have we got inside us? We've got 100 transient metals whizzing around the blood. That feeling, I feel down. Well, maybe that's just physically just it. The metals in the blood are being magnetized and pulled down. So it's all in the plasma in the blood. That's where the life force is. And obviously the blood's now having to really sort of work. The heart is regulating it, because it's not a pump, it's a regulator. It's actually in the blood. And well, no wonder you're feeling these weird sensations. It sort of makes sense when you start seeing it that way. It's like I'm aware that I'm these chemical balances and things in this physical vessel, and yeah, I'm connected to it, so I'm going to feel the outcome of these imbalances and the acidic, fizzy thing that's bubbling over out that glass bottle. It's, well, now we've got to settle it down. We've got to bring it back to a more alkaline. Take it out of the acidic and change it round. But I thought I'd just personal testimony of today, the 14th. So yeah, it's no wonder what's going on everywhere and everything, and we're basically antennas, and so yeah, we just gotta. It is a test, don't forget, and you've got to be greater than you are. So we've got to be that puffer fish and find that crown, find our own crown, and we'll get through this. It's just some days like today, phew, I'm still feeling it. Don't get me wrong, just because I've sort of analysed it and given a perspective on it doesn't mean I'm any less feeling it. I mean, I just want to curl up in a bowl. But but I'm flat. Sorry. We've got to keep the humour in there. We've got to raise the vibration. We're joining the earth and the air elements. I mean, so this battle of fire and ice. So we've got to bring 2 more elements into the mix to make the 5. So we've got a high 5. So I hope that's helped clarify or given you a different perspective. If you're feeling like crap today, well, you're not alone. Just remember that. We all do, I think. It's a surf the wave. It's a sine wave. It's going to be ups and downs. We're just going to try and flatten the curves and get us to a nice firm foundation and firmament, sound mind. So just see the perspective that it's the chemical effects on the body from all this energy. And yeah, we just feel it, but we can deal with it. Not saying it's easy, but we can deal with it. We're going to get through this, no trouble. Okay, a little bit of trouble, but we'll get through it. Ta-ta for now.